What's going on, y'all? So listen. So we are back again for another episode review of Black Ink Crew. This is season 6, episode 17. His dog's baby mother. Okay, so once again, I'm not gonna go through everything. It was cute seeing them up in the shop, and I do like the atmosphere when they be in the shop and they just be joking and kidding around with their random conversations. It was funny to see Melody, now that she's not the manager, she's not so uptight these days, and she playing along with them and trying to get them to do stuff and say what they did and throwing stuff at them, and everybody's just joking. That's when we find out that Young Bae used to work for the Korean mafia as a receptionist. I said, they got receptionists in the mafia? And you got out of that bitch alive enough to be on TV to say that you once worked with them and you can identify motherfuckers? Okay. But you know, oh shit, still up in the shop talking about the baby, want to have a sipping seat for the baby. At this point we see Alex Vagina Slayer come over there to first of all, he was doing a tattoo earlier. And then he comes in, he gives him some money, like a stat, like some drug dealer type shit. Okay, I said, nigga, you couldn't have put that shit in a cash app. Okay, you couldn't cash app his stat, or you just really wanted to make sure that he saw and motherfuckers know that you got the money like that. All right, you want to stunt like your daddy, but okay. And so he gave him that 1,300, probably plus interest. It looked like, cause that was a lot. It looked like he probably just gave him a whole bunch of tens. Because the stack was thick and he folded it, bitch. I said, now if it was a bunch of 20s, but it looked like he probably gave him a bunch of 10s and 5s, bitch, okay? But anyway, Caesar was looking a little confused a little bit because he wasn't expecting the money to get back as fast as it did, and the fact that he paid him back at all. And, I felt as though that was a touching scene later on in the episode that Alex and Caesar had when he was talking about how he respects him and he look up to him like a big brother for the short time that they known each other. Caesar has really been there for him, and started talking about how his father was not around. His father was in and out of jail, and then once he really got out of jail, it was the drunkenness that took over and started making him such a vile human being and beating on him, and every time something went wrong, hit him in the chest, and he just kind of cut him off for the past year or so. And Caesar was telling him his father died, I think a couple of years ago or so. And he was like, you got to make that right, okay? At least sit down and have a conversation, because you don't want something to happen to him and then you still going to be left with the what ifs and all that stuff. I thought that was solid advice that he gave him. And it was a very, when I say, Black Ink, y'all got to stop doing this shit. Y'all starting to put the fuck shit in here, the niggatry in here. Well, that's the base of the fucking show. And then y'all putting some real shit like, I should not be looking at this shit about to tear up myself, okay? Bitch. And it ain't even that time of the month coming around either. And I'm just sitting here like, this is some touching ass shit. And you know what I think it is? Because Black men especially have a hard time showing their emotions, and they grow up in households, most some of them, and especially like what Alex just said. He actually sat down with his father and he told him, the way that you talk to us, the way that you discipline us, the way that you parented, it made me scared of you and fear you, and not in a good way. And that's why I distance myself away from you, because the last time we talked, I had my son in my arms and you hit me, okay? And that was like the main reason why I said, bitch, I'm disowning you. And he was like, I apologize for it. To have his father who came there, mind you, he is a splitting image of his father, okay? That nigga gave birth to him in his nutsack. I'm just saying. He just broke it down, and he was like, well, being in jail, it's a different lifestyle in jail. You got to be tough and to teach you this and to teach you that. Bitch, speaking of jail, I am currently watching and catching up on season 4. I didn't watch season 1 through 3. I'm only watching season 4 because I seen a stud dyke on there, okay? Bitch, 60 days in. The season is already over. Well, I'm trying to catch up on that shit, and I'm just sitting here like, who in a right goddamn mind? What is the purpose of the fucking program? People like, I want to do this for my son. Your son is already locked up for life. Okay, you doing this for what? To feel what he feel? Bitch, why? Okay, the whole purpose is not to feel that shit, bitch. It ain't gonna get them out. Bitch, I will never voluntarily put myself up in jail for 60 days for a fucking experiment. Bitch, you better be paying me a lot of fucking money. And I ain't talking about a 10,000. Bitch, it got to be in the 100,000s to a million for me to put my life in jeopardy like that. Fuck no. But anyway, he broke down and he was like, that's all that I wanted. I want an apology. And, his father embraced him. I don't know. And I don't care if it was because the cameras was there and he didn't want to look like an asshole even more or what. But that was the touching scene. And I said, see, I love seeing black men especially embrace other black men and embrace their kids, especially their sons, and let them know you don't have to. I hate that mentality where you're not a man if you cry and you're gonna be soft if you cry. No, fuck that. God, if that's the case, God wouldn't have gave none of us wouldn't have gave you motherfuckers tear ducts, okay? All right. That tear ducts are used for multi-purposes, to express your fucking emotions and to clean that shit out, bitch, okay? And it is okay to cleanse yourself, okay? And it is okay to fucking cry. All right, quit telling your sons this, okay? That is stupid. If a motherfucker, and then, oh, you ain't gonna be gay and all that stuff. If a motherfucker gonna grow up to be gay, they gonna grow up to be gay, bitch. Truth and believe they already gay. You just don't know, and they probably don't know either. That ain't nothing that you can stop them or them. Moving on from that, oh shit, sitting in the shop. A young babe was sitting there talking about how she was over being pregnant. Mind you, Donna was there. And they felt like, a couple of them felt like it was a little bit insensitive. And I think she just had mommy brain and it just came up out the blue. She really wasn't trying to be rude to Donna. She just was expressing how it's not a good feeling right now. Her body's changing, is going through some stuff, and it is what it is. So I guess when she realized what she said, Donna was talking about being her doula, helping her give birth and all that stuff, and she don't really want one, but just to make up for what she said, cool, you can do it. Bitch, when Donna came over to her place, first of all, I was about to go the fuck in on Young Bay and say, where the fuck is your box frame and your frame? Why is your bed on the floor? Okay, because that literally only had the top mattress. Okay, where's the box spring and where is the fucking spring frame to hold up your bed? Bitch, I was about to say something, but then I remember she is from Korea, and a lot of Asian countries, China, Korea, they do that shit. Like, they sleep like, bitch, my knees are fucked up. I can't. So it's probably a cultural thing. So I'm not gonna go in on that. Bitch, they was getting up and down off that shit, and I was just like, first of fucking all, in America, they making these fucking chairs, these goddamn couches too fucking low as it is, okay? They don't give a fuck about bitches with bad knees and big bitches and shit like this, or motherfuckers who got heels on and they gotta keep their legs closed so that they dress won't come the fuck up. So they gotta maneuver their way to get the fuck up off the goddamn couch when they in these meetings and shit. I'm like, who fucking thought of this stuff? That's another rant for another day. But it was cute to see Donna over there. This is something that's making her feel better, given the things that she's been going through. And I like the fact that she's able to, look at the brighter side of things and still be a positive person to a certain extent and be there for her friend. Bitch, let me tell you something. When Young Bae picked that baby doll up and she was shaking that shit, I said, take the baby from her. Take it from her. I know she was putting on for the camera, but take it from her because it just ain't gonna work right about now. Then, trying to put the pamper on. I'm literally sitting here like, no, bitch, you putting that pamper on backwards. But they said the shit was on right. So I was like, okay, that's what y'all saying. But when Donna started showing them pictures, because she said, what I looked up, don't, you're going to get some unpleasant surprises when you get birth. Because sometimes you shit on yourself. Young Bae was looking like, bitch, please. I was like, that is true. Y'all ever look at the baby channel that used to come on TLC? I mean, I think it used to be its own channel. Back in the day when my mama was pregnant, this was when I was 17 years old, she used to watch that shit all the time. So I used to see a whole bunch of shit and just be sitting there with her watching it like this. It was disgusting. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I was with Young Bae when she said that shit is nasty, okay? No, she didn't even say it was nasty, but she said whoever said, being pregnant and okay, being pregnant is beautiful. Let me tell you something. Some women, they look they best when they pregnant. Like it is something about a pregnant woman. It's just very, very beautiful. But giving birth and seeing all that shit, the baby come out looking like, oh, some and y'all be lying sometimes when y'all be like, oh my God, she's so beautiful. He is so beautiful. Look at him. He or she got all this bloody placenta, mucous membrane, looking like, cottage cheese and all this shit from the inside, all up on it in him or her. That is not cute. The baby head come out, it look like a goddamn cone head because it had to go through the fucking vaginal wall, the canal and shit like that. It's not fucking cute, okay? Seeing that shit plop out of something this small, bitch, it is not fucking cute. It's amazing, but bitch, it is nasty to me, okay? It's a fact of life. It's beautiful to some of y'all, but bitch, I'ma tell y'all, I done seen it one too many times, and I'm like, no, bitch, I would never get, if my, I would have to get a cast iron stomach. Because if my partner was to get pregnant, I have to be in a room with him. I'm just be sitting on the opposite side like, nah, I'm not going to sit there and watch this shit come out. Clean it or clean the baby up before I touch it. I'm particular like that. I'm sorry. Somebody probably looking like, girl, you doing too much. No, I'm just saying. I'm being fucking real, okay? I seen, and then when Donna showed the picture because she says, you're going to have to get Rod to put this vagina cream on you so your vagina can loosen up. Bitch, when she showed her the picture of the pussy that was savage, she said, bitch, the shit looked like shredded meat. Okay, I don't have time for that. And then I said, that shit really does happen. My mama told me that during one of her pregnancies, I think with my sister, my second sister, the second child, she had to get cut. They had to snip her, don't think that they had to clip, because she was just coming and it wasn't coming. They had to cut her down. We're going to move on because I'm just getting a visual and I'm just like, I can't handle my cycle sometimes. So, and I mean too much information, but can you imagine somebody cutting you or a baby splitting you when they, niggas, motherfucking men, be fucking glad, bitch, you ain't got to have a baby coming out your goddamn dick, okay? And I'm talking about a full-blown human. Fuck you, man. And y'all be disrespectful as fuck to women, and we be bringing life up in this bitch, going through all that pain to bring your big-headed ass baby up in this bitch. Whoo, Ashley, come the fuck back down to earth. I am back. Let's move the fuck on. This conversation that Sky come up in the goddamn shop. Jada come up in the shop. She pissed off because she mad at Donna for having to leave, and she hasn't seen her ever since she dropped the bomb on her that she's finna go live and move in with her boyfriend. Sky, on the one hand, I understand where she coming from when she was like, bitch, how selfish can you be? You acting a little bit selfish for the simple fact that Donna dead ass just got through going through a traumatic experience or whatever. But to be quite honest, Jada does have a right to be mad in a sense because you just propped this on me and you ain't give me no notice. And what her fallopian tubes got to do with her paying rent? I mean, that's how the rent office looking too. And I said, now let me get this straight. So Jada, you paying now? Correct me if I'm wrong, cause maybe my math and my hearing is fucked up with this corded. Maybe my math and my hearing is fucked up, but did she say she had to come up with an extra $800,000 for rent? So that's like 800,000 plus the 800,000 that she has to pay. So you mean to tell me you was paying 800,000 for what, a two-bedroom apartment, two-bedroom apartment down in New York, and that's 360,000. I mean 600. Goddamn, 3,600. Bitch, get your shit together. There you go. Charge this shit up, ho. And you mean to tell me if that's the? Please tell me that's not what she was saying, baby. Please tell me that you needed to come up with the other half to 1,800. Cause if you paying, bitch, ain't no way in fucking hell. Ain't no way in fucking hell. You need to downgrade your shit, bitch, and still you need to downgrade your shit to something that you can actually afford. But as we see next week, Donna does come through and help her find a new roommate, so she cool on that part. while, he's doing a little bit better, he's still taking, the classes, and we can see that it's actually doing something. He has a little conversation on FaceTime with his kids, and, they telling them how it's different out in Illinois. I was listening to the conversation. It was like, it's so quiet out here, and the teachers are weird, and it's like, I don't know. And it was like, yeah, because you used to that New York life, huh? That city life. So what I'm going to assume, they must be out in another city in Illinois. They ain't in Chicago. Because I was like, what the fuck you talking about? Probably in some suburbs or something, because we rowdy as fuck out here too. You know, come to Chicago, you'll feel like you living up in New York too. But anyway, I was just like, that was nice that he's, talking to his kids and he's in better spirits. My whole thing is, because he's getting back into his photography. Later on, we see him taking pictures at the Sip and See, oh shit, Sip and See. And my thing is, since everybody's noticing a change in him for the better, did he actually go and sit down and talk to Tati and apologize to her? I still can't respect him regardless of what he was going through if he don't acknowledge what he did and, say sorry. And do it on a national public standpoint, because that's how you embarrass her publicly. So yeah, you do it like that. But, it's still a good look that he's actually taking the steps to get better. This sit down with, like I said, Jada was in that shop and all this stuff, and when Scott came at her because of the way that she felt that she was being selfish, and she was like, and you up here eating, taking people's sloppy leftovers. I was like, bitch, get the fuck over it. At that point in time, first of all, Teddy, they went in on Teddy about how Teddy did lose a lot of weight. He lost some weight and he toned that shit up. And see, he used to have titties, now he got pecs, okay? He used to have a donuts. Now he look like he got a core. Okay, I'm trying to get like that. You know what I'm saying? So I apply anybody taking their health seriously a little bit. And then this nigga done got a dog. Come to find out the dog can't come into the apartment building, so he trying to put it off on somebody else. Like, boy, come on now. They will tell you once you look at the lease and all that stuff or whatever that you got to sign, whether or not animals can be allowed, and you should already know. But okay, the nigga probably just had some extra money from some shoes that he wanted. Where the fuck Teddy get all this money from? Like, how much was he being paid as a fucking assist? What is he doing? He an assistant manager or some shit? That's what y'all say he is? Like, bitch, you still just sit there. You don't do nothing. Okay? You do nothing. I want to have a job like that. Did I get paid to do nothing? Okay? Like, today was hell at work. Like, it was a lot of shit to do. I was like, God damn. But anyway, moving on from that. Caesar was talking to him about the whole Sky situation. And he was like, I'm gonna try to talk to this bitch because she's just doing a fucking lie. He takes her out to dinner. She comes in there, and right off the bat, you could tell who is a paid or who is an extra and who isn't. The two people that was sitting in the back in the shirt that looked like my pillowcase. Okay, dude back there with the dreads and the girl that he was sitting in the thing with, they was extras, okay? Because they had their face blurred out. Go to the table that was on the other side. The person, they faces was blurred out. They was like, bitch, we ain't finna be part of this bullshit. No, I'm not finna say my name on the dotted line for this shit. Don't put me on this fucking camera. Blur my motherfucking face out, bitch, okay? That's what they was doing. All right. So, Teddy started the shit off wrong when he acknowledged Sky as, what's up, sexy? Bitch, you already know this girl is obsessed and possessive of you as if you're in a relationship. She's already thinking that you calling her there so that y'all can talk about taking y'all relationship back to the next level. You telling her that you love her. I love you too, And you complimenting each other and stuff. And I said, no, 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 no. But okay, let's see where this go. He was scared to tell her because, they had got on his ass, and Jada had got on his ass at the shop, was like, you a scared ass bitch. You the only one that you don't speak up to Sky or anything like that. So this is why he took her out. And, I said, this is the wrong environment to tell somebody that you ain't even trying to fuck with him like that. He basically said, you've been too possessive of me. You need to stop trying to control and interrupting who it is that I see, who it is that I be with. Because, we're not in a relationship. I like you. I love you as a friend. But we're not together like that. She sat there calmly, but you can see it stirring. And with Sky, it's crazy, and slapped the dog shit out of him. The dude in the checker shirt back, in the plaid shirt, in the behind them with the dreads, he looked over and was like, and turned his face. The girl that was sitting there with him, she was sitting there after that happened like this the whole time, trying to hide that she was laughing. Dude was sitting there like this. He was trying not to laugh so hard, okay? And she get up and gonna say something. I love you. I said, what? Now see, Teddy good, because Teddy didn't react at all. He just took a sip of his drink, and he looked at his phone, because he probably was woo-signing in his head like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I ain't gonna hit this bitch. I ain't gonna hit this bitch. The cameras is around. I ain't gonna hit this bitch. Woo! That bitch. Woo! You know that shit kind of hot, but that bitch just tried me. You know. But anyway, later on, they had a little sip and see. Okay, well, oh shit, everybody get to see the baby. All the kids is there. You know, everybody was just having a good time. Up until they all get together, they start talking about the paternity. Right off the bat, they just started talking about how the baby don't look like oh shit. The baby looked just like Nikki, skin color and all. Now, see, I know we all been saying, now see, this is where the ignorance come in at. I know we all been saying that, Nikki is a bitch, Nikki is a liar, you just never know. He probably do need to get a paternity test, and I do honestly still feel that way. But the way genetics work, just because that baby look mostly like Nikki, that don't mean that it's not oh shit's baby, okay? I mean, it just means that Nikki has the dominant genes. It's called biology, bitch. It's called dominant recessive gene. I can give you a whole fucking lesson on this shit, but I'm not gonna go there because some of it's gonna go over some of y'all heads, and I'm not trying to do that to y'all tonight. Okay? But mind you, they get a paternity test. Okay? Now I thought this was overstepping the line, okay? It's one thing to discuss amongst yourself, well shit, I don't believe that baby is his because, Nikki and her track record, he probably needs to get a paternity test or whatever. You can discuss amongst yourselves and say some shit like that. We all done said some shit like that, okay? Or some of us, I ain't gonna say we all, because somebody gonna be in the comments, I ain't never, then I ain't talking about you. But, you know, that is not your place to go and get a paternity test and then to try to swap some DNA from the baby and from oh shit on the slide and get people involved in your plan. Now, when they tried to get Sky to do it, Sky was like, no, that's fucked up. I ain't finna do that shit. Mind you, what pissed me off about this, what Sky said was right. That's fucked up. I'm not about to do that shit. But she is the one who brought it up. She is the one who brought it up, and they showed the receipts of that shit. And so later on, when this happened, she was like, I didn't think y'all was gonna do that shit for serious, and stuff like that. Take me serious and all that shit. But still, don't act like you never said anything and you never was talking about how the baby might not be old shits and all that shit too. Because everybody, including you, Scout, was saying the shit. And you brought up that paternity box shit too. Okay, whether or not you told them to go get it and all that shit, you did have some play into it. Don't sit there and act like you was innocent or whatever. They decided, and listen to what they gonna say. Go get Tati. She drunk enough. The bitch drunk as fuck right about now. She can go over there and wipe the baby mouth like she got some milk on it and try to get the DNA from that. And she was like, okay. She get the napkin. I said, why would you give a drunk bitch a task like this to do? She get the napkin and she doing all this to the baby and was like, oh my God, she's so cute. I don't know what they're talking about. You do look like the father. And this is what pissed me off. Tati was in a clip with this because she didn't, she was the innocent bystander. The bitch was drunk. She wasn't a part of this whole plan. They just put her in there. They was using her or whatever. But when oh shit was in the confessional and said, what the fuck this bitch just say? The fact that he called her a bitch, I was like, why would you call her a bitch? She wasn't in on the shit like that. And she didn't even say nothing bad about your baby or you. So what the fuck is your problem? I have a problem. I know I use that word a lot, but only when a motherfucker need to have it be used on them most of the time when I mean it, okay? But when Caesar and Teddy and all the niggas on here, they call women bitches on here in a negative way so bad when they get pissed off. And it irks the fuck out of me. It irks the fuck out of me. And it be for no fucking reason, okay? Bitch, stop that shit, okay? I know I use the word, but I only use it when, that person is acting like a fucking bitch, okay? But when you got women on here that's not really doing nothing, like Tati, she was innocent. Why are you calling her a bitch? Oh my God. You couldn't just say, what the hell she just say? Like, no. And so at this point, He goes off. Of course he's gonna go off. And he was like, don't disrespect my wife or I'm gonna smack fire out of you and all this shit. And then Sky, here you go, starting up some trouble some more, calling out everybody, Donna, Kat, Jada, Alex and Kevin and all them stuff. And Donna was like, bitch, don't act like you ain't say nothing either, okay? Like, what the fuck are you doing? She was like, well, I ain't do this and I ain't do that. I was like, Sky, you was part of it too. Whether you was sitting there, you brought up the idea, you was part of it too. Say that you was concerned about the fucking paternity as well. Don't make it seem like you never said nothing about that child or Nikki. Like, come on, stop it. And then they run up into each other like they finna fight because Donna was fucking over it. And I think Sky pushed Donna and Donna went at Sky and from what I saw on before they closed it and turned it black, Donna was beating that ass. Or Donna had the upper hand in this situation. Y'all tell me, because I feel like Sky talks a lot of shit and Sky probably can't fight, but Donna fights, okay? We done seen her track record, all right? But y'all tell me how y'all felt about this episode, and I will see you guys later.